Hello, I am Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change in the experiences that we are having, then we really do need to shift and change the energy within ourselves. And when I talk about divine masculine energy and I talk about divine feminine energy, it was just 10:44 when I looked at the clock. And there's 12 people in the room. What I am speaking about is truly not about gender. It doesn't matter a person's identity, how they identify, they will have both energies present. So listening to both energies is very important, and that is why I look at both of them right next to each other. We're going to start with a visualization, which is something that I've been starting my lives with recently, and something that I encourage you to do regularly once you learn how to do it because it's fun, it feels good, and it's helpful. So let us begin. I'm actually going to grab my little jacket here. Actually, strike that sweater. Oh, and happy Halloween, blessed Samhain, and just know that my costume is that I am myself. Oops, sorry, I just smacked your microphone for everybody. I am myself from high school because these earrings are from high school and my shirt is from high school and I'm wearing raver pants which are cool now but I would not have worn in high school, so they are inauthentic to my high school persona but they are authentic to the 90s and I'm in my high school bedroom, so you're welcome. Let's pretend it's 1994. That's like when all my t-shirts were from, and I would have been, I think, in 8th grade. So, okay, everybody, let's get to it. We're gonna start the visualization now. It's not difficult, and you do not have to be afraid. Visualization and meditation are related but different, and we're gonna begin with a meditative state and move into a visualization. Meditative state is what I want you to try entering right now. And by try, I just mean pay attention to how you feel at the moment. You can follow my voice to guide you through this meditation, but basically, I just want you to tune in to how you're feeling, your physical feelings in your body. If you're a person who senses, feels, or reads energy, the energy around you. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it sticky? Is it sparkly? And your thoughts. Just, you don't have to stop them. You just notice them. They're there. When they happen, you might thinking, thinking, just to sort of lessen their effect on you. Because right now, I don't really want you to do anything in particular except just notice how you are feeling. Maybe today you can notice if there are any parts of yourself that you don't want to feel. And again, you don't have to feel them. Just notice if there are little places that you feel where even you can't peek inside. Pay particular attention to the way your physical body feels at the moment. Any bumps or bruises, sore spots, any tension, or any lightness. Anything feel better than it did before? You're doing a good job just noticing and not really needing to shift anything right now, but just noticing that's exactly how you meditate. Now I just want you to pose a little question to yourself, and this is where we're going to start activating your mind, which means we're shifting now from meditation into visualization, because our mind is going to be very active now. And we're going to allow the activity that we are choosing in our mind to create physical sensations in our body. So you just got a sense of how you felt during that meditation. And now I want you to ask this question: what would make me feel better right now? What would make me feel better right now? Pause for a moment and ask yourself if the thing that you're thinking would make you feel better is something that you've been longing for a really, really, really long time. And when you think about this thing, it maybe doesn't feel as good as you would like it to feel. If that is the case, I want you to try to choose something that is as good or as important to you, but not quite so difficult to imagine or painful to imagine. Just for now. You can use this visualization later for anything you like, but just for now, choose something that you don't think is going to create a deep, 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 profound sense of longing. This can be a very mundane thing. You could want to have a massage, you could want to have a dinner cooked for you. Also, don't limit yourself to thinking that these have to be massive things, but just something that would make you feel better right now. And I'm spending a little more time here today because I really want you to experience the physical sensations, and choosing the right thing that isn't a little too difficult sometimes gives us a better experience of the power of this visualization. For those of you just joining, ask yourself right now, what do you think would make you feel better? I want you to now take this thing that you've decided on, and I want you to imagine that this thing that you really desire is happening right now to you. I want you to put as much detail into this visualization as you like, from the clothes you're wearing to the way the environment looks, feels, smells, the things that you taste, the things that you touch. I want you to just notice these things. Now, I want you to notice how you're feeling in your body. Does this event that's happening to you make you feel relief? Do you feel tension from excitement, anticipation, or enthusiasm? Just keep imagining and start to really feel into your body where this pleasure from this experience, this feeling better, where does this occur? Where do you feel better? Is it in your head space? Does your head finally feel less of an ache? Does your heart feel open, joyful? Do you feel butterflies of excitement? I want you to take this visualization one layer deeper. And I want you to imagine that it is 5 years into the future. 5 years since this event that made you feel better. This event acted as a catalyst for massive change and growth in your life. And all of the things that you have been wanting in this current moment, you now have achieved at this 5-year mark as the clock turns to 10:55. I want you to imagine the clothes that you're wearing. I want you to imagine the way that your body feels. And let's pretend that it's a Halloween party that you're going to with someone. It can be anyone. It can be a close friend. It can be your person. It can be just anybody who you feel you can have a lot of intimacy with, so that you can talk to them about life-changing events. Because on the way to the party, you're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to tell them how you've been reflecting lately on all the Halloweens that have passed. And there was one in particular where this one event happened and it just changed everything. And after that, you just finally started doing what you wanted to do. You finally committed to yourself long term. You finally were able to value the creativity you had, to honor and respect your emotions, to pursue your interests, to be in partnership, to build a legacy. And then I want you to tell them about the event that made you feel better again. Tell them about it as a memory. Tell them that you can remember exactly what it felt like, so vividly that you could feel it again while you're telling the story. And when you're ready, you can come back to me in my voice. Thank you for being here with me today and doing that visualization and teaching yourself that you can receive enlightenment, pleasure, relaxation, accomplishment, achievement, all those emotions that you are seeking, you have managed to create with your imagination just now. You practiced the pathways in your brain that experience those good feelings. You took the worries and for a moment pushed them aside so that you could truly visualize this thing happening for you. Just noticing that I need to fix my charger. It doesn't look like it's charging. There we go. You taught yourself that your ego is not right, because your ego thinks that that event that you thought would make you feel better is one of the only ways that you could achieve the relief or the excitement or the happiness or the joy or the fulfillment that you're seeking. And your imagination could do it. And if your imagination is able to give you those things, then my God, there must be another person who could give you those feelings. There must be another job that could give you those feelings. There must be another location, another house, there must be other things that will manage to give you what you're seeking, because in the end, those things aren't the source of the feelings that you're seeking. Your response and your reaction to them is what you're seeking. And when you calmed down for a moment, checked in, and started to imagine what it would feel like to feel better, you literally chose the pathway that your thoughts would take, no matter what was happening in your environment. So, this exercise is a powerful exercise you can use multiple times a day if you want to. Honestly, daydream as much as you can, because those moments when you are creating the feelings and sensations you need, that's practicing. That is practicing for being able to experience those things in reality. Now, some people will look at that and say, "No, it's going to you're going to be disappointed if you fantasize about something that won't really happen." But as long as you're approaching this with the knowledge that the very fact that you can fantasize and create the feelings inside of you shows that the reality of the situation in and of itself is irrelevant, should help you to not be disappointed when your environment around you doesn't give you exactly what you need, because it never was meant to. What you're meant to do is give yourself the feelings that you want to have. You're meant to create experiences for yourself that will give you the feelings you need. So if you need a sense of commitment, then you give yourself commitment. And people who also do this, who are committed to themselves and the work and their journey, they will show up for you because you are that person and that is who you will attract. If you make assumptions about who you are, you start to become that. And when you become that, it starts to come forward towards you. And then you start to be able to believe it. So it's easier to make assumptions about people being good rather than people being untrustworthy. We practice worrying all the time, but rarely do we practice feeling good. And that's a gift, because that's literally how you're going to improve your situation. All right. The card I'm holding is today's theme. It is the thing that will actually make us feel consistently the feelings that we just created with our visualization. It is very interesting. It is the Five of Wands. This is from the Modern Love Tarot, which was a gift from Abby that I can't put down. It's a really fun deck, and I like the I like the imagery in it a lot. It gives me more storylines. But in this image, we have a masculine and feminine energy, and they are um, fighting. We don't know if they're coming or going. In fact, they don't know either. They're kind of stuck in there, locked in this um, competition, power struggle. You can imagine them fighting over whose car it is or the right to leave. You could imagine that he's trying to keep her from going, and or she's trying to keep him from going. There's any number of permutations of the stories that we could see from this image. And this is the thing that is supposed to make us feel better. So, what about this Five of Wands would make us feel better? And I guess what it is that a situation, and especially because you did not see it on the YouTube live stream, but I began my live stream on TikTok with a conversation about third party relationships, where there is a third party that you know of that is in a legal or binding or long-term commitment with children. And I talked about how you would want a partner that would leave those situations gracefully and with respect and honorably. That is the type of counterpart that you're seeking, because you don't want to seek a counterpart that wouldn't do that for you, right? Like, you would want someone that even if they hit a point where they couldn't be with you anymore, that they would have respect for you in that process, and that they would take their time and make sure that your children that you had together were looked after and tended to emotionally. And like, that's the type of counterpart that you would have. And because of that, I want you to be very realistic about your timeline with the person that is in a long-term relationship. If you are wanting to be with a partner like that, then you have to ask yourself, how many years do you think you would need if you were on the receiving end of that relationship ending? As the person that was being abandoned, um, how much time do you think you would need to work through that? How long do you think you would need to heal? And how long do you think your children would need to grieve and shift and change? And I'm sure that that will help you to have a sense of the timeline and its purpose, and understanding that when there is something that is feeling blocked or there is a struggle, it is precisely because we have baggage that needs unpacking. We have things that we need to attend to so that we can actually have free flowing energy and move from that 5 of Wands into the 6, which is overcoming this struggle. So, what would help you right now is to be mindful about that in your relationship, that you don't want somebody who is bringing a lot of baggage for you to unpack. You want somebody who knows how to handle their luggage and knows what to do with it, and doesn't need to burden you with it. And you don't want to burden somebody with yours either. And really acknowledging that that is why there is an energy of feeling stuck or blocked, and that it is a divine energy that lets you work out anger, resentment. You know, third party relationships are dangerous to be in. It's the statistics for homicide for third party relationships are not good. So, you know, it's a really delicate situation. It requires time. Um, and you you have to embrace that your person is held within the confines of that, and also has all the fear that goes with those situations. All right, let us continue. So we have, oh wait, we gotta start with top of the deck. Top of the deck, overall headspace for the divine masculine, not very surprised. It's the 10 of Swords. So the divine masculine is really hurting. And that stuck energy that just came up there with that 5 of Wands is very pronounced in his mind. He is, the separation at this point in time is literally gutting him. Like, he is not handling this feeling very well. And the divine feminine in the heart space is in this Queen of Pentacles energy. And it's interesting that she is a witch also, because this is from my this is my zombie tarot, by the way, and my horror tarot for celebrating of Halloween. It's interesting that she's a witch, because I normally associate that energy with the Queen of Wands rather than the Queen of Pentacles. But she is an earthy witch. She's like in a tree trunk. It might be Baba Yaga, actually. But she is not looking nice. She has a conniving look on her face. And with this energy here of this power struggle, what I see is we have a power struggle here to the I can't even get the words out. The masculine is hurting from the separation. He is feeling like he needs the nurturing of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is feeling very independent, very powerful, and she knows the power that she holds over the masculine. She knows that he needs her to give him love because he doesn't know how to give it to himself. And there's a power that she is feeling from that. And it is something that is kind of satisfying to her. Not that he is in pain, but that he is realizing that he must have emotions. He must have feelings. He must have them be as active a part of his life as his thoughts and actions are. And so she's feeling kind of self-satisfied because all she did was work on herself, work on her power in the world, really honor her value. That's all she did. She didn't do it maliciously or with ill intent at all. She did it in order to be true to who she knows she is, her authentic self. And so knowing that all it took for him to realize her worth was for her to know her worth. And there is that sort of self-satisfied thing of being like, he knows now what it's like to not have me there tending to his wounds all the time. And it's not like I did that on purpose. I want to be there. I want to be supportive. I want to be nurturing. I want to be loving. I like cooking for my family. I like doing things like this. Like, I like being in that caregiver role, but I recognize that I got my value, my personal value, from the caregiver role prior to this experience of separation with this masculine energy. And now I know. Now I know that I cannot get my worth or value there, because if that person isn't valuing me, then I lose all value. So I had to learn where to get my worth from. So for the feminine, this is an overcoming experience, a really positive experience. For the masculine, he's on the painful side of it, because he's trapped in his mind and his thoughts about needing his feminine energy to process his emotions, needing that her to help him, but also realizing that in helping himself to be expressive of his emotions, that's going to also assert his own self-worth, his value, his worthiness of receiving any kind of nurturing from anybody, because he doesn't truly feel worthy of it. Underlying all their thoughts and decisions, we have, oh my God, oh shit. So we have the Lovers in the headspace and the fucking King of Pentacles. So we have the King and Queen. We have the counterparts. The feminine energy knows what is up. She knows what is up. The masculine energy underlying all his thoughts, I drained my divine feminine energy. That's definitely something that's going through his mind. I did it for my ego so that I would feel good about myself. I had a lot of toxic partners and shallow relationships, and I literally just drained from them like a vampire, to build myself up. And I was doing it because I loved this Queen of Pentacles. I wanted her to see me like as her counterpart, and I thought that in order to see me that way, that I needed to be this, I don't know, like this cool guy. Literally, like, that's, oh, I feel stupid saying it, because I feel stupid thinking that I needed to do that kind of an energy. Now, divine feminine is feeling that her worthiness is being matched by someone of equal value. And it's interesting because the divine masculine is seeing himself as less than, as having built up his value in all the wrong ways. And divine feminine is just always seeing him as worthy of her love, no matter what he does. And that's literally the journey, that no matter what we do, we have to love ourselves. And when we choose this person who is, no matter what they do, we still love them, and we're like, why? It's because we have to have that feeling toward ourselves, or we won't survive. If you have gone through traumatic wounding in childhood, where you have experienced abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, all of the normal trauma bonded type of experiences that put you into that sense of unworthiness, then you are spending your whole life seeking your worthiness through the eyes of someone else. When really, when you love someone, you are seeing them through the eyes of source. You are understanding that this is how you are loved. This is how you are loved always and forever, by that greater consciousness, by whatever it is that animates all. Like, that is what you learn on the journey. Okay, so the first thing on their minds, this is very interesting because I also, for some reason, pulled the Modern Love Tarot. So there's going to be like a general message after we look at the individual aspects of self. But we have, for the masculine energy, it is the World and the Six of Pentacles. My time of baiting divine feminine with little breadcrumbs is over. I have burned down I've seen the web here, the World Wide Web. I have burned down every digital means of dangling a juicy steak to try to get her to think that I'm worthy of her when she fucking already did at a, like, I can't even. My days of doing that are over. It doesn't work anymore. It turns out she can get her own bread and doesn't need my crumbs. I am definitely feeling like that cycle doesn't work for me anymore. And divine feminine is feeling the 5 of Cups, the disappointment and the sadness, and so is the masculine energy. So he's like, yeah, I fucking ruined it. There's no magic left in the ways that I used to express myself. It doesn't have any power over her. It doesn't command her, control her. It doesn't make her think that we're going to be together anymore. It just makes her feel disappointed in me. And the divine feminine is like, yeah, this things being not reciprocal, it's super disappointing. Like I can't, I don't fuck with it anymore. I just don't play. Like I just don't enter into this cycle anymore. So the card that came from the Modern Love Tarot to crown this, I guess I'll say. So the general energy message of the two of them is this Knight of Cups energy. So if the breadcrumbing thing didn't work, then I guess it would be time to come in and actually express the way you feel. So I guess these cards are functioning almost like, well, this is what you need to do about it. Maybe you think this way, this is how you need to fix it. You need to express your feelings. Don't know why I have to tell you that, but apparently I do. But you need to be open, you need to be honest, you need to communicate your emotions. You need to feel them too. You need to feel the emotions as well. Current energy, masculine, 2 of Cups, feminine, Ace of Cups. Masculine wants to make a fresh start here, fresh new offer of love, have a conversation about how he was pretty toxic, and he has a lot of healing to do, and he was expecting that healing to come from the feminine energy. He's realizing now. And divine feminine is in her current energy feeling like she has to fill her own cup up because this other person is not meeting her where she's at. Like they're not consuming the same meal together. He's in his headspace and she's nourishing herself. And he doesn't know how to nourish himself because truly no one has taught him, but it's really not her job to do that. He's got to learn himself. Just like it's not your job. This, like, something that really struck me when we started talking a lot about white supremacy is that it is not people of color's job to educate you about how you are being, how you are microaggressing. It's really not their job. Like, it's your job to go and seek out information about it, not ask them to process it for you. Like, that was something that was so striking to me because I would see so many people doing that, like asking to be educated, and it was frustrating. But it's like that. It's like not feminine's job to teach you how to feel. That's not her role. Just like it's not your role to teach her how to think. Like she's figured that out herself. But you gotta feel, and you can't use another person to feel. And this is, for those of you that are feeling feminine identifying energy right now and are nodding your head like, yeah, you can't expect me to do all your emotional processing for you. I'm talking to you too. You are using another person to feel things, just like they are using you to understand their feelings. That's what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. You are using the relationship with this person to understand yourself through tarot readings, through all this stuff. So you're doing that too, but it's your job to just feel the feelings, not try to see what the other person is feeling. So many times people ask, what is my person thinking and feeling? The joke is on you, because all I'm going to tell you is what you think and feel your person is thinking and feeling, because that's all I can tell you, because I can't look at the other person's energy, because I'm not invasive. And also because that energy would just reflect back what you think and feel, because that's the world you're creating around you. So it's literally just what you're thinking and feeling, but you don't think about it that way. You keep externalizing it because you keep taking your feelings and you keep using someone else to process them for you. Like, oh, that's how this person feels about me. No, that's how you feel about yourself, but you're not in tune with it because you don't feel it. Just to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I'm right there with you. I was right there with you, nodding my head like, it's not my job to process your emotions, and it's not my person's job to make me feel needed or valued, or that's not his job either. He doesn't have to text me every fucking second so that I feel that I am valued or needed. That's not his job. The advice for this position is, or maybe these are the outcome. I think these are the outcome cards, because it was like the disappointment from having, breadcrumbed is coming in and saying, hey, I'm sorry and I love you and all that stuff. And the outcome of desiring this physical meetup to express an offer of love is a new beginning, a fresh start, the Fool card. It's time to go. Let's go. Let's take this risk. Let's leap into this meetup. Let's actually talk. I'm down. I ain't got nothing better to do. All right. So then we have here the King of Cups and the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So the King of Cups is that strong, silent, withholding type of energy. We love him. I mean, we don't really, but it's fine. We do. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. But he's just peering there. He's just watching that somebody watching me energy that came out earlier today. That's him. He's watching and he's not speaking. And he can't stand the feeling of it too. I can feel him squirming. I can feel him squirming as he has to face this every day. Every day that he gets up and goes into the bathroom, does his thing, looks in the mirror, he has to look at his face, look at his own face. It's 11:22 on the clock. And he has to remember that he hasn't done it yet, that he hasn't said it yet, that he hasn't spoken yet, that it hasn't happened yet, that he's not done it yet. Because every time that you go into the mirror and you look and you think, he hasn't said it yet, he hasn't spoken yet, he hasn't done anything yet, he's not doing it. And he goes and he does the same thing. You're both going, it's not happened yet. No one said anything. It's not going, it's not happening. It's so fucking frustrating. Why is he not speaking? Because of the Page of Cups. Because of emotional underdevelopment. Because of people pleasing. Because of feeling goofy, awkward, and afraid to express your feelings to a girl. Like high school. Like telling that boy that you want to date him. Oh my God. Do you remember what that felt like? And the rejection. When you're that age. Oh, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. So, what do you do instead? Oh, you just be a grown-up. You just shove your feelings down inside of you. You just you'll get over it. It doesn't matter that you're drowning. It doesn't matter that you can't possibly survive in this state for very long. Just do it anyway. Toughen up. Keep that. You don't want to create conflict with your silly little lovesick true love stuff. Oh my God. But the Wheel of Fortune is the outcome, which means it looks like we have this person who has achieved enough mastery to overcome these feelings of being goofy and awkward and having to apologize for this, and just knowing that it's time. It's time to change that behavior. And you know, you can do it now or you can do it later, but if you do it later, you might miss an opportunity. And so there is this sense of impending, it is time to do something about it. Now, for those of you that take the time to comment on my videos, it's too late. I'm not waiting anymore. It's too late now. He's not, whatever. Okay. So here's the thing about that. You don't have to wait. You didn't either have to wait to begin with. And so this sense that that person has a responsibility to come to you in a certain amount of time, it's actually just your ego. And it's pushing away your person rather than drawing them forward. So rather than expend the energy on those kinds of reactions of like, it's too late, or it's, he should have done it before now, or whatever. I think that the resentment, the anger is more towards self, that you waited. And I think that gets deeper and deeper as you wait longer and longer. So when people put the comments of like, I'm waiting or something, why would you wait? And what if you're waiting in the wrong line? That came out last night in the I did a reading. You might want to check my profile. It was called like, why am I stuck, or something about being stuck. And one of the things that it said was that like, you're too comfortable with waiting. Like, you're too comfortable with just being like, oh, it's fine. Like, I've got my phone. I'll just wait here. It's fine. I can like. What if you're waiting in the wrong line? What if you go all the way up to the window and then you're like, hi, I'm here, and you're so excited, and you like give your paperwork to the person and they're like, oh, you're supposed to be over there in the express lane, and I don't know how you got in this line. I'm sorry. How long have you been waiting? And you're like, I've been here for 14 years. And they're like, well, you can just go over there now to this new, it's waiting for you, actually, and that's the line that they've been waiting in for you. So I'm sorry that happened to you, but like, now you can go right to the window right there. Don't wait in line without asking if you're in the right line. And how do you know if you're in the right line? Well, it's kind of easy. You came there with a certain need, right? You're like, I need this. And you had a list. And you're like, I need this. And then you look and you're like, oh, this line has this. Oh, it doesn't have a lot of these key components. Emotional availability is missing. Ability to communicate. They don't know. There's narcissism in this one. Fuck. I think I'm in the wrong line. Like, but instead of doing that work, you just kind of stood there on your phone and let the end results teach you what you could have learned if you got more curious about why it was taking so long. Why were you waiting? What inside of you, what limiting beliefs did you have that kept you in this line? That's the best analogy that I can have for that. Okay. Oh my God. So now we're going to clarify here what has been going on. Like, this is my past placement, the stuff that's been happening. We had the world, the end here of breadcrumbing, no longer effective. Weirdest thing in the world. Breadcrumbing just not working anymore. And look, we've got divine. I love this image. This is the Ace of Cups from the Zombie Tarot. And then we have that 5 of Pentacles, and then we have the 10 of Swords again. So lots of union in these cards. And then the outcome card is the Queen of Wands here. So what happened? Okay, well, the divine masculine, it's, look at, he's making an offer to the feminine. And what is the offer but the feminine's own head? All I have left in my cup is everything you've been pouring into it. And that's what's making divine feminine feel very bereft, right? This is what makes her feel stuck and her feel left out in the cold and like there's not enough, because there isn't enough. If all of the divine masculine's love and affection that is in his cup came from her thoughts and her words that she shared with him and her idea of him, and then that's very dissatisfying and unfulfilling to her. And the masculine has been working on some kind of a strategy or a plan to offer her something new that will allow them to end this painful separation. And then, of course, we see the end results of this, that we have a divine feminine who is in a Queen of Wands energy, which is fiery. There can be anger, resentment, jealousy, reactivity in this energy. So, she got a little bit fiery from having been kept out in the cold for so long and betrayed after giving so much love to this masculine. And he is so attracted to her and so in love with her and thinks she's so powerful and so incredible and really wants to offer her something, but he's like, what do I have to offer that's better than you? Like, I don't know. Like, you're the best thing in my life that I don't know what to give you. So that's the dilemma that they've been going through. Now, that current energy, we saw that the Ace of Cups actually is on the table, literally. And this is the positions we're clarifying now. So this 2 of Cups and this Ace of Cups, also the progressive energy there, and the Fool card, 0, 1, 2. That's crazy. And so what's clarifying this physical meetup with this offer of love is, Temperance, which is the fulfillment of the Lover's card in the tarot, and the King of Cups, which is the second time we're seeing the King of Cups for this union energy in these 2 decks, which is really incredible. And it's coming out with the this is the outcome of it. So we have here the Temperance card, which is emotional regulation. It's healing your thoughts and balancing your thoughts and feelings. And it's something that is divinely guided, and you kind of surrender to Temperance energy. It's a feeling of calm, patience, emotional regulation. And in the King of Cups energy, which we talked about already, this is this healing this part of himself that is afraid to express emotion, balancing out his emotions so that he is less unstable, because he really was emotionally unstable before. And the outcome of this healing process has been this holding pattern that you experience right now, where you love each other, but you're not able to communicate. You've both gone within side of self. You've surrendered to this healing energy. You've surrendered to the emotional healing so that you can achieve emotional mastery, healing your emotional unavailability, because that's all this is here in the 2 of Swords. And peace comes with Temperance. It also comes with the 2 of Swords. Everybody always says 2 of Swords about blocking someone. I mean, sure, yeah, it can be about putting up a boundary and stuff, and going within and not allowing someone into your private world. Absolutely can have that meaning, but it's got a lot of other meanings. And one of the meanings that people don't often associate with it, but is very true, is that there is a peace that comes with surrendering a choice or a decision to the divine plan or divine timing. We feel like it's out of our hands, so we feel we don't have to kind of keep it in our head and try to keep working it, massaging it all the time, try to figure it out. So in order to create this physical meetup, there is this surrendering that's happening on the part of masculine and feminine energy to the divine's plan. Just what do you have planned? And the divine is like, oh, I've got shit planned. Here's that King of Cups energy again. Page of Cups. This is, yeah, masculine energy coming forward and expressing his feelings finally. That's my divine plan. That's the change that I intend to see. And then we got, oh my God. I'm dead. I'm so glad everybody's fucking saw that shuffle. This is crazy. I got the Four of Wands and the Lovers card, which is freaking here again. And so the outcome is literally reuniting, celebrating this love. So we got the Lovers and the Temperance card. Like, that's an incredible freaking reading. Holy shit. So that's healthy, solid foundations in relationship, coming together in union, long-term commitments, engagements, marriage, sacred union. Okay, I mean, I'm here for it. What's crazy is the outcome cards. It's the Four of Wands again. Do you not remember me? If you were here during this earlier part of the shuffle, do you not remember me being like, why am I even shuffling this one deck? Like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing today. I was like, what am I even doing? I was just, because it was not at all what I planned to do. And then this fucking Four of Wands comes again. And what's crazy is that this is the sign of change. We literally today is the wheel of the year. That's what the fucking Samhain is for witches. It's like the turning of the wheel of the year, which is literally this Wheel of Fortune card. And this is about change. This is the minor arcana version of change. So what is an eternal connection? Shifting what is up must come down and balancing out. I'm so glad that this was a YouTube day where I have this reading documented. Like, what the hell? All right, well, I now understand why I had to give that speech today when I had a lot of people in the room and was like, well, this is going to kill my audience, because I ended up telling the people in my audience that if you still have a third party in your relationship, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen before you're going to be at a point where you're coming into union, because there is a clear indication from the Four of Wands coming up twice at the end of the reading in the final outcome position with the Wheel of Fortune, that there is a bunch of people that are going to get together real soon. But if your person is still in some kind of a relationship, it is unlikely that that is going to be you. And so what that means for you instead is that whatever you are learning right now is causing you to make a huge change or transformation, and choose to stabilize and commit yourself to being really loved and honored, respected, and adored by yourself and by whoever comes into your world or whatever. So that is why I had to hammer that point in today, so that you wouldn't feel disappointed if you're not going to be coming into union in the very near future, because you have a lot of experiences that you still are needing to have before that time is ripe for you. These things happen in waves. Like, there's waves and cycles. That's why you see the Wheel of the Year. That's why we're seeing the lemniscate and that image of things coming around, like things always coming around and intersecting and then going to separation and intersecting. That is how it works. And so you're not doing anything wrong if you are in a situation with your person has a long-term partner. But there are things you could be doing that could be improving your experience of that time, that you do have to wait. And when I say wait, I do not mean that you're sitting there waiting for them to do something. I just mean that you have to focus on what you're doing, because there are going to be a number of years probably before this person is truly ready to extricate themselves from such a relationship. And this is your moment to choose whether you would like to spend some time working on yourself alone and getting to know yourself and getting to fall in love with yourself, and which is an incredible part of the journey. I did it. Everybody has done it, and you continue doing it until you kick the bucket. But you can either, do that, or you can consider going into some other relationships at this point and learning what you need to learn through connections with others, because you're meant to learn through connection. So it's really up to you. But if your person has a third party, especially if it's a legal binding contract and there are children involved, give yourself a realistic timeline so that these readings do not disappoint you, because they are not just about your person coming back. They are about your masculine and feminine energy coming into union together. Hi, Millie. This reading was incredible today. Happy Halloween to those of you that have just wished me happy Halloween. And let's finish up with the final messages, which again, I was pulling cards. I was like, why am I doing this? So this will be interesting to see what we're getting today. I guess the universe did want me to take a card for masculine and feminine energy each, even though I was planning to only do one each, but it did have me do two. So we're going to do this one as the masculine energy and the feminine energy, and masculine and feminine energy. Okay. So we have here this sing your own song in reverse. It is Canary Spirit, and we're getting the protection message. So this is for the masculine energy. I'm being told to read it as if the masculine is speaking. Okay. I am suppressing my true voice, perhaps trying to sing the song that I think that people want to hear instead of my own. I create a cage around my life when I express only what I think will help me fit in and get me what I think I want. I am hiding the real me, telling a safe story about myself to others because I am afraid they will think that I am too different if they know the truth. I need to help myself express in a more honest and authentic way. I must embrace that not everyone will agree with me. Not everyone will want to hear my originality or accept my uniqueness. I must not give this a single care. There will be plenty of people, opportunities, and wonderful new experiences that arrive as if by magic once I open my own cage door and fly free. I am cheering for you and for me, and I want you to know that you are safe and loved. Find your voice with me and have the courage to spread your wings and sing out loud just as I do. The world needs our true song. Well, that tracks. Divine Masculine. All right, Divine Feminine. Stag Spirit protection message coming out. This is number 58, and this is what Divine Feminine would say today. I realize that others may not be as far along as I am on my journey. I'm calling on myself to be compassionate and patient as I find myself leading the way. When others struggle to follow me, they may be unsure that I can be trusted, challenging me to be kind and strong, challenging my value and questioning my worth. I know that Spirit has put me in this place at this time for a purpose and will not abandon me when I need help with my new responsibilities. Sometimes I'm actually uncomfortable leading, maybe temporarily trapped by my small self, and therefore promoting myself too strongly, or afraid that others might see weakness or imperfection in me. I must let go of my fears. I must remind myself that I have what it takes to lead wisely and ethically if I practice self-honesty and listen to others who wish to support me. Dang. These messages are on point today. My God. Okay, Divine Masculine, your message is the presence of love will always cast out fear. So just going back to the love that you feel will cast out the fear that you have about coming forward. Divine Feminine, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So these are things you know. This is not new information. You're like, I know this stuff. And you're just getting these messages this week because you are meant to really repeat them sort of as a mantra. It's 1144. The presence of love will always cast out fear, and I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Okay, we have All Hallows Eve. This is Call Upon the Voices. Oh my God, we literally got the card for Halloween. Call Upon the Voices. I'm so glad that I shuffled live, y'all. Oh my God. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. And it's literally the first card in this deck. I am blown away by today's reading. And it's on camera, no less. That's freaking amazing. I mean, they're always on camera, but I'm actually leaving it up on YouTube. So if you didn't see the whole thing and you want to see the entire thing, it is on YouTube right now on my Tuned In Tarot YouTube channel. All right, so this card says Samhain, Halloween, Feast of Apples, November's Eve, Hollow Mass, Shadow Fest, All Hallows Eve. All mean different things to different cultures, but have the same intention. A day to honor those who have passed on, as well as celebrating the passing of summer and the coming of winter. On this night, the veil between our world and the next is at its thinnest. Spirits are given a chance to pass over to find their resting place, and loved ones who have passed can visit. We can take advantage of this magical time by harnessing the open energy from the spiritual realms. Communications with spirits and guides are more natural than any other night of the year. It is a beautiful time to deepen a psychic practice or start a new one, or to call on the help of the powers that be. Working magic on this night is likely to lead to success even if you've never worked a spell before. If you have pulled All Hallows Eve, you are being called to summon your inner magic. The spiritual realm is smiling on you and is waiting to be made use of. Some additional ways to use this energy is to create a Samhain altar that stays throughout the year, or working with one of the correspondences of Samhain. Additionally, you might try working with more profound, darker energies such as crone energy, or a dark goddess such as Hecate or Morrigan. Calling on a deity regularly will help you develop the ability to summon power at will. Last year, I bound myself to the veils, which means that I made a commitment to remain open with the veil thin throughout the year, and we'll likely do that again this year. So when it is in reverse, which we did see this card coming out in reverse, it says, you are letting your emotions get in the way of being able to see your situation clearly. Emotion can be useful, but also hurtful. Anger might prevent you from working a successful magic spell, or feeling unattractive might put the brakes on a love spell. Likewise, a low vibration emotion might cloud your judgment, forcing you to react from an untrue place. The most destructive emotion is self-doubt. Magic needs confidence to work. You have to believe in your power, or the energy will not flow. It's okay to work a spell and not feel the energy. Take your time, then try again when your emotions are in a better place to receive what you desire. Wow, the synchronicity of this card is just kind of mind-blowing today. All right, the final card that is the final theme of this week is the Nine of Wands, which is a card of exhaustion. It's a card of having the time and space that you need to heal, but having had to be isolated during that time. It's being really tired of the way that you feel. It can be releasing victim mentality, or recognizing that you have had it in the past. And let me just give you the final messages from the Modern Love Tarot, because I do really like her descriptions of these cards. And we'll give you the closing messages from this book. This card is not always comfortable to sit with. It speaks of being bone tired and unsure how you'll muster enough energy to do what needs to be done. It is time to dig deep. Accept outside help and be kind to yourself. We are all human and life is not always easy. If you yell at your kids in frustration or have a mini breakdown, then it's not the end of the world. You can apologize and learn from it. Sometimes that's all we can do. All right, everybody. This was a beautiful reading. I do have a couple of important announcements for those that are interested. So, when I reach 11 subscribers on my next live, not today because I've been reading for too long, but on my next live, when I reach 11 subscribers, I will read one card free for people in the room when they come into the room. That is my goal right now. And subscriptions and memberships, which memberships are also available at the link in my profile on my website, they will give you access to the same playlists, but if you're a member on my site, you'll just have access to the members only page versus if you're a subscriber. But both of you will have access to the Discord channel and all of the links that have all of the Tell Me Everything spreads that I have done. There's timeless readings there, hour long, many of them. The Learn Tarot and Divine Tune-In, we studied over 18 cards. So there's 18 cards that you can go learn about, and there will be more added. I just took a break for a while on making those. There are part twos of some of the readings that I put out on YouTube. On my TikTok account. And there is access to demos and releases as I am about to do that over the next year or so. So you'll have access also to music that is unreleased. You can hear clips of it, full-length tracks, etc., as I start to flesh that out more. There's also going to be an opportunity that if you are a subscriber or a member, in the near future, you will have access to a Google Sheet that will have a series of things that I need, like I need administrative help or website support or a Discord channel moderator or a TikTok moderator. And you can sign up to do that. And every time that you donate time, like if you're here for an hour, as a moderator, you'll receive a 15-minute free reading. And you can also collect them, add into 4, and then get a reading from me. So I want to start to offer some kind of an energy exchange for people who are already moderating, which I usually try to just give you free readings now and again. But I feel like, there's a way to keep track of it so that you could actually get a reading for the time you've put in would be good. It'll also offer opportunities to make me an offer. Like, let's say you're a healer, you do Reiki, or you, whatever. You can even be a tarot reader and say, I'll do a tarot reading for you in return for a tarot reading. So it's going to be basically for members or subscribers, like a cooperative spreadsheet. We can put names in, like for people that have skills, and other people can contact other people if they are like, hey, I have this, can you do that? Basically like a community of trade so that we can all trade services together. And so I'm building that out over the next few weeks, and my Discord channel will be the main hub for that. If you are not already a member on my site, then the Discord channel is going to be the next place where you would see that if you're a subscriber. So all that is available. It's really exciting. The other thing that I'm planning is I'm going to be doing a virtual retreat. So rather than spending hundreds of dollars to go to an exotic location, which would be really fun, and I would like to do that at some point, I'm going to create a 24-hour, basically weekend retreat. It's just going to be one overnight type of a situation, and it's going to be all virtual. Obviously, we'll turn off our screens when we go to sleep and stuff, but there will be a schedule. There's going to be some other practitioners that are going to offer segments throughout the day. We will prepare food together and eat it together. There will be a couple of different menus that you can follow. I'm gonna create a free version of this retreat, meaning that you should be able to complete the retreat by everything you already have in your own house, without having to pay for a bunch of stuff. You should be able to do that. So, and then there'll be a version that's like, here's an Amazon list if you want to get these particular things for yourself or whatever, because sometimes people like to just have like a package that they can just purchase or whatever. So I'll try to set that all up. And the idea is that you will give yourself 24 hours of privacy, which means you will tell your family or friends, like, I'm either going to be in my room or I'm going to be in the bathroom doing spa activities. And we'll use We're going to use video chat. We're going to use Scener to watch a movie together. We're going to do, we're actually going to do like a bath, like a spa, like a ritual bath. And we'll all go prepare together using like Clubhouse, where you just hear each other's voices. You don't have video. And then we'll turn it off and do a guided meditation by ourselves, and then all come back together after and journal. Like, that's the kind of retreat that I'm wanting to do. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, I'm going to price it at about $100 to account for the time of all the people involved and planning it all and getting it all together. And I want to pay the people that I'm asking to come in for their time for the segments they're doing. So I'm going to have about 21 slots for people to participate. And I don't have a date yet or anything, but as soon as I really have the whole thing planned out and all of the people ready, I will have a date for you. But if that sounds like something you're interested in, then I would recommend, either if you're a subscriber, you have the ability to DM me and say I'm interested in the virtual retreat. Or if you're a member, you can let me know on the group page, or you can send me an email through tunedintarot@gmail or pearlandtheprayers@gmail, either one of those, and let me know that you are interested in the retreat. You can also tell us in the comments, and we'll keep track of your names too if my moderators are here. Hi, Lady Luna. I'm just reading some of the comments I'm having time to do now. Okay, so I think that's all the announcements I have. I'm going to keep talking about that as it pans out over the next few weeks. It's probably going to take us at least a month to plan it all. So I would expect that it will be something that maybe will happen post-holiday, which might be nice, because it will be like after the holiday season is over, doing a retreat where you just have time to yourself. And especially if I'm offering a version where you don't have to spend a lot of money on the actual experience itself, like there's no hotel room cost, there's no like cost of additional food costs. I mean, I'm going to keep the ingredient lists really simple. I'm going to make a vegan menu, a keto menu, just so that for people that don't eat meat or animal products, have options for their own food preparation at home. And I'm going to keep things simple, so you're not going to be having, because it's supposed to be relaxing, so we're going to make it as simple as we can. But the best part of this retreat is that when you go on a normal retreat, you leave, you go to the place, and it's wonderful. You're cut off from the rest of the world. You're just immersed in this relaxing experience. It's amazing. But then you go back home and you take everything that you gained from that, and it was, you get benefits from the experience, but it only lasts for as long as the residual effects of the experience lasted. My hope, and when I talked to my friend Julie about it yesterday, when we talked about doing this together, our hope is that you get to take the skills that you are going to get from preparing your space to be a spa environment for you, to like creating these easy homemade remedies that will help you to relax and unwind, that you will train yourself to give yourself moments of retreat within your real daily life. So it's actually a life skill that you're building, not just, escaping from it all, but you get the benefit of being with a group of people, all doing it together, journaling together, supporting each other, and learning from one another. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. And I'm trying to keep the cost as low as possible for everybody to participate, but still, pay the people who are going to be involved, because I don't want to just ask them to do it for free. So thank you everyone for being here with me today. I am too tired, I think, to do personal readings right now, but I will be back later tonight after everybody's done trick-or-treating. If you want to get a personal reading for $33 live, you can. If you can't wait and you'd like to book a private one, the link is in my profile. There is a $33 option, just like the ones here. Ask me your question, and I will tell you no lies. Even though one of y'all are going to go comment on my Divine Masculine message, lies. There's definitely somebody who's going to do that later. And I'm always like, don't shoot the messenger. I know I've done it before. I've shot so many messengers, but don't shoot me. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again later tonight. Happy Halloween, Blessed Samhain. And I shall see you on All Saints Day. Actually, I won't. It's my day off. I won't see you. I'll see you Wednesday instead. And we will get into it maybe early in the morning. Maybe I'll get up early on Wednesday and actually do my live like I should. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. All right, everybody, take care. Have the best day today. I am going to end my YouTube stream first. Bye.